Alright guys, welcome to another math lesson. This is for page 239 to 240, scale drawings. So before we begin, I just want to go over our ruler. Um, as you guys probably remember, rulers are broken up into whole inches, right? So from this 1 to this 2 here, these two lines, this is 1 whole inch, right? 1 whole inch. Okay. And you also hopefully remember that rulers are also broken up into quarter inches, like 1/4. This line represents a quarter inch. This line here represents 1/2 inch. The next line here it represents a 3/4 inch. Okay, so we know that this 1 whole inch here is broken up into 4 pieces, right? So the first piece is a 1/4 of an inch. Two pieces together here is a 1/2 inch, and 3 pieces out of 4 is 3 1/4 is a 3/4 inch, right? 3 or 3/4 inch. So yeah, you need to keep that in mind for this lesson. So this is a scale drawing right here. Is a scale map. So you might be wondering, why do we even use scale maps or scale drawings? Well, it's because, let me just get this out of this way here. Well, it's because, we use scale drawings to show long distances in a small amount of space. So this map here, in our map here, 1 inch equals 1 mile. So this school to the home, this distance here really is this the actual distance between your home and the school? Of course not, right? So that's why we need scale drawings, because we can't show 1 mile on a map, because that would be pretty big map, right? So we use scale to show long distances in a small amount of space. So what you will need to do is get your ruler, and you will need to do some measuring. Okay, so I have my ruler here. This is going to be a little bit complicated because doing it on the computer is a little bit weird. So yeah, so this is, if I measure this line to this line, this is about 1.5 inch, right? Yeah, about 1.5 inch. So I will write 1 and let me pick a different color. 1.5 inch. Okay, so we know that actually represents 1.5 of a mile, right? So here from school to home, I would write 1.5 miles. Okay, make sure you write miles, not inches, all right? Because that'll be wrong. Because this is between my school and my home isn't 1.5 inches, it's 1.5 miles, right? That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so let's measure the home to in and out. All right, in and out from home. And I have to, let's see here. I'm going to flip this ruler. It's a little bit trickier on computer. So here, let me flip this ruler. Just do it that way, yeah. Okay, gonna move it over. Okay, so this is between my home and in and out. It's about 3 inches, right? So I'm gonna write 3 here, and I'm gonna write 3 miles. 9 inches, miles. Okay. So let's measure in and out to church. Let's get my ruler. All right, so I gotta flip this, rotate this again. All right, so that should be good. Now I'm gonna move this ruler over. So okay, this is between in and out and church is about 3 1/4 inch. All right, so 3 1/4. So I'm gonna write 3 1/4 here. Okay. Yeah, 3 1/4 of a mile or miles. All right. So you see that there's some parts here that ask you to measure the distance between home to church. So here's home, here's church. So that would mean I would need to measure, instead of getting my ruler and measuring this again, I can just add up all these measurements here, right? So I'm measuring this length here, right? So let's see. Home to church. So this would be 3. Let's do it this way. 3 plus 3 and 1/4, right? It's not a lot of space. Just do it higher up. So 3 plus 3 and 1/4 will equal, let's bring down 1/4, equals 6 and 1/4 of 6 1/4 miles, right? Okay. The next one is school to in and out. So from school to in and out, so I'm measuring this line here. This would mean, I'm going to do it down here. So school and out. So this is 1 and 1/2 plus 3. Add these together would be 4 and 1/2. So 4 and 1/2 of 4 1/2 miles. Yeah. All right. So church to school. Now I'm measuring this entire length here. So that means I would need to do 1. Well, let's start from here. 3 and 1/4 plus 3 plus 1 and 1/2. So if I add all this together, so I can't add up fractions that have different denominators, right? So common denominator between 2 and 4 is 4. Yep. So this stays 1. The numerator here is 2 because 2 times 2 equals 4, right? So now I can add up these two. 1 plus 1/4 plus 2/4 equals 3/4. Now I just add this up. 3 plus 3 plus 1 equals 7. 7 and 3/4 of a mile. Miles. Okay, yeah. So that is it for this lesson. Hope you guys understand. If you have any questions, feel free to call.